Yeah, it's on and off. Comes and goes.
Yeah, I know.
Just talk about your group in general. Just kind of are they up to your expectations at this point in practice?
Yeah, it's a very interesting group. In the new world of college football, you're going to have a bunch of transfers, and when you recruit well in the high school range, you're going to have some very talented freshmen, ones that are going to, of course, need some work because it's rare that you find a freshman that's ready to come in and play SEC ball. But I feel I'm pleased with the group and the way that those guys are playing, and we're challenging them every single day. And the transfers are picking it up, and they're doing a good job too. So pleased with the group. Still some room to go, but we are dealing with bigger numbers now, and I like being able to play multiple guys.
Who are your key leaders right now?
Of course, you talk about Keldrick, right? I mean, he leads the entire defense.
Yeah.
But Bobby has turned on a new leaf in the leadership role. Malik Blockton, he's kind of taking a role in that as well. And I mean, they're all just working hard, man. They're all working hard. I'm blessed to have a room the way that they are. Nobody's in there selfish. Of course, everybody want to get theirs, but they're buying into what we're saying. Like our depth is our strength, and so really everybody is. It's not a room where there's like, there's healthy competition, and so that's the good thing when you have good dudes that work hard and want everybody to succeed. So that's kind of the state of it right now.
I know you say it's rare maybe for a freshman to come in and play in the SEC right away at this position, but just from those freshmen, like, what have you seen of them? And I mean, like, how much have they grown to a point where, maybe some of them might be able to contribute this fall?
Yeah, I think back to Keldrick's freshman year, and, he went into the Cal game, and I remember the first play he got in, he got drove 10 yards off the ball. And I was immediately like, get Messiah back in. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get him out. But it's always, going against your team, that's one thing. But they got to go get some live bullets. Like they got to go against other people. And so you could always feel great about them, coming out of fall camp. But until they go up against another person, that's when the real test happens. And so, but with that being said, I think we have a bunch of freshmen, I think, that will be able to contribute and have a role in some way. And just getting them to embrace if you get 10 snaps, you get 15 snaps, make them the best that you got. Because if we get 7 guys to do that in the room in total, we'll be pretty doggone good. So, but no, I'm impressed by all of them. I mean, they all bring something different. They all bring, their own thing to the defense, and excited about them.
You mentioned Bobby taking on more of a leadership role. He feels like the guy that's quietly gotten a little bit better and better on the field.
Yep.
What have you seen out of him out there?
Well, he's explosive. His first thing, he's become a student of the game. When he first got here from junior college, he could barely understand our defense under Coach Roberts. When Coach Durkin came in, he started to get it slowly. And now he's at the point where now he can play multiple positions. And so having that, a guy that has trusted the process and has been a gradual growth, I think that helps, because especially with some other guys that have been in the room there from the beginning, right? They've seen it. But he's a lead by example kind of guy, and he's getting better. I'm expecting him to have a pretty good year.
How are the responsibilities different? You mentioned the importance of being able to play multiple positions on this defense. Where do the responsibilities change moving from position to position?
Well, it's really, when you think about our defense, the nose guard can play a 0, a 2-eye, a 3-tech. You look at our tackles. I mean, they can play a 5. They can go all the way out to a 5 technique, 5 technique, 4-eye, 3-tech, and 2-eye. So there's some thinking to it. But the way that we do things, and I love it because Coach Durkin categorize them in families. We want to teach them as concepts, and so that makes it easier for freshmen to come out and play early. Like a Malik Blockton did last year. And so those guys have been picking it up really well. But responsibilities change a little bit, not a ton. But we try to teach them as concepts, so it becomes easier for them.
Where did Malik need to improve from last season, and sort of what can you say about the offseason?
Malik Blockton. His biggest thing, I need him to become a player that will be known for knockback. Meaning when he get off the rock, he's striking dudes and they feel it. And so I think he's done that. I think he's done that. Still always, some room to go. But I think he's done that. And I've challenged him on it. The thing I love about Malik is I can challenge him and I can be as hard on him as possible. And he doesn't flinch. He doesn't pout. He doesn't sulk. He actually, answers the bell. So he's gotten better at that realm.
Do the guys seem excited about the idea of, all right, we need 15 full throttle, 20 full throttle plays rather than conserve yourself for key moments later?
Oh, no, absolutely. Because, you look at certain situations like last year, and Amarus has talked about it. Amarus didn't play much last year because, he wasn't ready mentally or physically. And probably physically he was, but mentally he wasn't. And Keldrick played a lot of snaps, and he, was pretty doggone good. But he also put some bad film out there that did not help him in somewhere else. So, those guys are buying into that. Here's the tough part, right? Like when we get into the season and it actually starts happening, continue to have them buying into it. And I think the more success we have at that, and the more individual success and team success that we have, that it'll be a full throttle there. So,
Coach Freeze singled out Amarus
Yeah.
earlier this offseason as one of the second-year players.
Yep.
Really taking a step forward. What can you say about what you've seen from him?
From the first day he came on campus to where he is now, he's done, a complete 360. Still, working on some things, off the field, but I tell you, I love the kid, man. Like that's my guy. I got a heart for him. He's a great kid. Comes from humble beginnings, and when you truly hear his story and see some of the things that he's been through and all those things, you understand, and you grow to truly love the boy. And so, I'm proud of him, where he is now. We're still not done. He's still got a long way to go. But he's moving in the right direction. I love to see it.
When you guys have a deal like you're talking about, where you get, hey, give me 10 or 15 or 20 really good snaps, I feel like there's going to be pressure on a guy who's below Keldrick, not Keldrick, the guys under him.
Yeah.
They're going to have to try to do too much to impress you, to impress DJ. I'm the man. Okay?
Right.
What does it look like when a defensive lineman tries too hard?
Well,
what happens?
a lot. And it happens. What happens is they start doing other things that's not their job. And so we tell them, like, listen, thank you so much. We tell them, like, listen, like, do your job, and the plays that you need to make are going to come to you. And so that's the biggest thing, like, playing the same framework of the defense, not doing too much, bro. Like, fall back, to your training. And, it came evident last year. Malik Blockton, he was a freshman. We were in the Mizzou game, and I know he took it hard on himself. He took it really hard, and I felt it for him. I really did. And he was like, I got to fall back to my training. And that's really what it is, bro. You ain't got to sit out there and do nothing else. Your best is good enough. Do your job, and everything else will fall into place. And so that's what we'll preach, and that's what we'll continue to preach. And I think, like I said, those guys have been, at least out there, they've been answering it. So the tough part is going to be during the season, continue to keep that going.
We've heard a ton of different buzzwords for Jordan Crawford. It's all from the strongest guy on the team to a big meatball.
Yeah.
How would you describe him?
A big ball of muscle. No, that dude is he's powerful, man. He's powerful. I mean, you see it, and you saw it on high school film, but you really don't get a true gist of it until he gets out here and he's going against guys like Jeremiah Wright and Connor Lew, and and sometimes it looked like high school, and I'm like, wow. But the kid, he's going to be special. Still, like I said, some growing to do and playing technique and things like that. But he's disruptive. He has power. He's low to the ground. I think he's gonna give us some meaningful snaps this year.
We've seen Blockton kind of like step up in that leadership role. In practice, he's giving the freshman pointers. Where did that kind of come from, and how did he instill that in him so early?
Well, to be honest, I would love to wish and say I instilled that in him, but I saw that in him as a freshman. But he was just young. I tell the story all the time. When you come here, you're gonna get what you earn. And what happened to Malik it was very interesting. We brought in 4 transfers last year. A bunch of them were on their last year, and Malik was a freshman coming into that room. And Malik said, I don't care about anything. I don't care about being a freshman. I'm going to play. And he became a student of the game. Sorry, he was a student of the game early coming in. And, that has always been in him, being a leader. I think now what happened was he went out and he showed, right, that he could do it as a player. And so now, like, those guys are coming to him and they're like, hey, Malik, like, what's up? Give me some pointers. And it's cool because those guys saw him do it. Like, those young freshmen, they saw him do it. So I think that's something that's always been in him. And you also got to look at the bloodline. I mean, very similar to Marcus Harris in a lot of ways. And so, that family keep blessing me with having good dudes, man. So shout out to Miss Pam.
Coach, has there been any talk of using any of you guys on offense? I know there's, that's something. That's something that can fire the crowd.
Well, I can tell you this now. If it happens, I ain't gonna oppose to it because the head man run offense, so I need to keep a job. So if they need any of them, they can take them. That would be fun. That would be fun. I know Jordan did it some in high school, and that would be hilarious.
What's it been like working with Rock?
Oh my God, that dude is awesome, man. That dude is awesome. We work really well together. It's interesting always because like when guys come in. For the longest, I looked at the ends and the Bucks like those are my babies. Like I love Keyron, Joe Phillips, and Keldrick, and like those are my guys. Those are my babies. And so like I saw Rock come in, and he treated them with love. And most importantly, those dudes they were getting better. And that guy, he's awesome, man. I love working with him. I truly do.
Asked you about Jordan, but Malik Audrey.
Yeah.
He's the guy who has so much physical traits. He's gotten better. He got better during his senior season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What have you seen out of him out there?
Well, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. He falls in the mold of what Malik Blockton was as a freshman, as far as being a student of the game and things like that. And so, but he's doing a good job learning the playbook. He's also a guy that can play both positions, nose and tackle for us. And so, like I said, for a freshman, that's that's something for some people that ain't not easy to do. Excited about him. Excited about all those guys. Really am. You think about Darian, his pass rush ability. He's shown it. That freshman crew that we signed, we've hit on a bunch of them. So I'm excited about them.
How about your two transfers that you got after the spring?
Yeah.
Jay, who you're familiar with, and then James coming in.
Jay Hardy is playing the best football I have ever seen him play. That dude, now, consistency is the thing for Jay. That's the thing for him. But he's playing the best football I've seen him play, and he's always had it in him, right? Like he's like a dancing bear. I mean, a dude can dunk a basketball at 315 pounds. Like he can do it. It's just about getting it out of him every time. But right now he's playing the best ball that I've seen him play, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what he does for us last year.
Was y'all's prior relationship, did that help in the recruitment process, and is it helping now with how familiar you are?
Yeah, of course. And at the time when he was at Liberty, I was a GA, and so of course when he needed to be picked up and things like that, I was the one doing it, and I was the one giving him punishments and things like that, and so that was fun and that was cool. But like I said, Jay knows that I love him. He knows that my passion comes from a good place. And so, when I get on him or when I'm hard on him or whatever, he responds. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows that, hey, Coach Trell love me. And so, but that's definitely helped. I think it's helped with, the way he's playing and, and the familiarity and getting him here. I think that was big too.
Coach, a little bit of a learning curve for guys like Antonio Coleman. How are you, pushing them to bring out their potential here?
Man, Antonio, he has all the tools in the world. Got to get him to, get the playbook. We've moved him from defensive end and D tackle, but he has all the potential in the world. We're going to continue to push him, stay on him, get him to pick up the weight because he's really an inside guy. I mean, you watched him all in high school. That's where he was explosive at. That's where he, made a lot of his money at. And so, but continue to work with him, getting him to understand, hey, yo, it's a process. You got it, big dog. Everybody process is different. And so, a guy like Bobby, I challenge him to, stick with him because, hey, it's going to come. It's going to happen. You just got to continue to work.